All right, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, could you just start by giving just a quick little summary of what the movie Nebraska is about?
Okay, the movie, I am a guy named David, and my father, Woody, who's played by Bruce Dern, he thinks he's one of those publishers, clearinghouse type things like he thinks he's won $1 million.
Yeah.
And we live in Billings. He keeps trying to walk to Lincoln, Nebraska to claim his prize. The cops keep bringing him back home, and eventually he talks me into taking him to Lincoln. I know that this is a sham, but I just want to, I figure if I take him down there, he'll get it out of his head. And so it's about that road trip from Billings to Lincoln. And there are a couple twists and turns along the way, but I'm not going to give any spoiler alerts.
So when you just described the storyline, and when you think about it, it's kind of funny because it's your father who thinks he won $1 million, but
Yeah.
he really didn't.
Yeah.
And you said in a previous Q&A, you actually kind of, when you first read the script, you thought of it as more of a drama, but yet your director injects comedy into it. So what was it kind of like to transition back and forth between keeping it as like a serious storyline, but still pulling comedy into it?
Well, all the comedy in the movie comes from very grounded, realistic situations. So it was it wasn't like we were jumping around in different tones. It all was seemed to be the same tone. He's such a great director, Alexander Payne, that he can just make moments through his use of pacing that are more comedic than they might seem on the page. And so it's really interesting because I feel like after being in comedy for so long, I would feel like would be able to spot comedy a little bit more, but this taught me many lessons.
Sneak it in some
Yeah,
places.
yeah. No,
expecting
it really was so amazing to get a chance to work with him. I've always been a huge fan, so it was really fun.
What did you think about the fact that the whole movie's in black and white?
I love it. I think
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Faden Papa Michael, who's the DP, he is so good, and it just made this movie look so beautiful. You just don't even realize it's in black and white. It just is visually stunning, and I think it somehow I think it adds something to the story too. It adds like this timeless quality to it, where the story's taking place in the present day, but you could easily see it, being another era too.
What was it like working with a local cast? Did it help you give that, because it gives you like a small town atmosphere. Did it help
yeah.
you kind of get into that role?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many people who there were a lot of actors with incredible amounts of experience. Bruce Dern, June Squibb, Stacy Keach, Bob Odenkirk. These guys have been doing so much, worked with so many wonderful people, done so many exciting things. And then there were people who were retired farmers who had never done acting, any kind of acting, and just gave these really authentic portrayals of Midwesterners, and that really taught me a lot about acting. This is like a new type of situation for me. So I learned so much from the seasoned performers, but that I learned just as much from these people who had never acted a day in their lives, because it just taught you, don't try to act too much, just kind of be in the moment, and it was really nice to work with them.
This was a completely different role than what you typically do. Usually you're
Yep.
more fun and eccentric. Did you enjoy, stepping out of the box and trying this? Will you try more roles like that?
Oh, it was so exciting to get a chance to do this. It was not a conscious decision to do something more dramatic. It was just it just came out of nowhere. I loved the script, responded, it felt like I was connected to the character in some way. The character that I got to play felt familiar to me. I just never thought that I would get the role. You know, it's Alexander Payne, and yeah, it was just so exciting. So if I got a chance to do something else like this, I would love to do it. You know, it's out of my hands though. I'm just excited to have gotten the opportunity once, because that's, you know, it is a rare opportunity to get to be in something you are so proud of. So I'm so excited to get this experience even once.